All right, full stomach, empty bladder, time to carry on south on University. Canadian Military Institute. Construction everywhere. Across the street and head over to City Hall. You can see off in the distance to the right, directly in front of the camera, we have the CN Tower. Won't be visiting the CN Tower today, that will be for another video. There it is, in all its glory. So here we have on the left the Ontario Courthouse, 361 University. For all the big cases, Superior Court, they come here. We're walking toward Nathan Phillips Square, and that's where the Toronto City Hall is. We passed it on the other side when we were on Bay Street, heading north after the Toronto Cenotaph and the old City Hall. Now we shall approach it from the west. Now, I'm not an artist. I'm certainly not an art critic. But there's some sculptures here. Quite frankly, I don't get. Okay. I do like this one up here, though. So on one side of the teeter-totter or seesaw, whatever you like to call it, we have a lion and we have a lamb. And they weigh the same. And the reason for that is that they are equal before the law. So every individual is equal before and under the law and has the right to the equal protection and equal benefit of the law without discrimination. So a nice reminder outside of 361 University, the courthouse. So directly in front is the old City Hall, so we passed that earlier. I say we, but it was just me. I guess if you're watching this, you're joining me on this trek. So I mentioned earlier Queen's Park is a place where people go to protest. Nathan Phillips Square is also a good place where people come to protest. They come to celebrate. They have art festivals and happy earth times, but a lot of protesting takes place here. So here's another kind of weird sculpture. Again, I'm no art critic, but oh well. So here's probably a good time to turn around and face City Hall. So these two curved buildings looking at each other, contemplating what to do with the flying saucer that has landed. All right, time for the selfie stick extension. So in a month and a half, when it's freezing cold outside and it's New Year's Eve, this place will be jam-packed with people ushering in the new year. Yes, that is a Zamboni you see. Or, well, that is technically a Zamboni, that's the brand name. Ice resurfacing machine, I believe they're technically called. But this area in front of me, in front of you, is a skating rink. So, when the weather is consistently below freezing, there will be people skating on this rink. And if you forgot the Toronto sign, we are in Toronto. City Hall behind it. So yeah, a neat place to go skating as a kid. Traveling down from North York before it was technically Toronto, we would come down here. I sound like it's happening all the time, but maybe once or twice. You come here, skate around outside for a bit, go to the Eden Center, maybe take a tour of City Hall, see all the sights of Toronto. So there's Nathan Phillips Square. There's Old City Hall across the street. New or current City Hall. And I want to double back, go back to University Avenue, where there is another monument that we have walked past. We're now back on Queen Street. Or we'll be in about 20 seconds. Head back to Queen Street, take a quick right onto University, catch that last monument, and then we will head down Queen Street. It's about 1 o'clock. So I've been at this for about 4 hours, minus about 20 minutes for lunch. Actually, I'm making better progress than I thought I would. On my right here, we have Osgood Hall, where a bunch of lawyerly people do lawyerly things. Formidable looking fence, so I will not be hopping over the fence. Let's just get a nice look at this. All right. Back to University Avenue. Sounds of construction. All right, looks like I have to go this way. We shall see if I can walk across to that monument. I'm guessing not. Alright, let's go see who's behind me here. Adam Beck. This is Queenston, Chippewa. Oh, sorry, should go on this side first. Niagara, Queenston, Chippewa. Erected by the Corporation of the City of Toronto and the Toronto Hydroelectric Commission in grateful commemoration of the public service of Sir Adam Beck, a bunch of degrees whose labors have ensured that the citizens of his native province under cooperative municipal ownership shall enjoy the benefits of low-cost electrical energy derived from water power resources to serve the industrial and domestic needs of the province of Ontario. Nipigon, Trent, Eugenia, Severn, Muskoka, Rideau, Nipissing. So I recorded a bunch of Niagara Falls videos, and those names that I just read out are various rivers. So again, the same information on this side: Nipigon, Trent, Eugenia, Severn, Muskoka, Rideau, Nipissing, Niagara. So all the hydroelectric power from Niagara Falls. I guess we have this gentleman to thank for. I really want to get to that monument up there. It's for the Boer War, or the South African War, 1899 to 1902. But it looks like it's not going to happen. So, we've got quite a walk down Queen Street now. So I mentioned earlier when my brother and I would come downtown, we would go to Sam the Record Man and other places, buy our heavy metal wristbands. And then we added another store to that journey. We would take a streetcar. But I'm going to hoof it on my feet today. I'm going to head to, well, we'll walk past Steve's Music Store, which has been there for 35 plus years. Queen Street is a cool collection of interesting restaurants and kind of quirky stores. Lots of interesting places to visit in Toronto. This is one of them. There's a good view of the CN Tower. I think I should cross. There's some better views from the other side.
Okay. Yeah.
So ahead and to the left a little bit is the CP24 truck has smashed through the wall. And of course, that building's under construction too. So you get Bell Media, CTV, Much Music when it was a thing, was in this building. Across the street. So there's a little Much Music thing over there. CN Tower in the background. That truck has been spinning its wheels for decades. So back in the days when you had MTV playing videos, the Canadian version of that was Much Music, and they used to play videos. And they would have this weird thing called the Electric Circus. And these people in that building would stand there, and they'd be dancing, playing dance music, and they would broadcast it live for an hour or hour and a half, maybe 2 hours, I don't know. And people would stand outside of the Much Music building, and they would get all excited if they showed up on TV. I think, anyway, I don't know. So when I was a kid, there was a comic book store here called the Silver Snail. And I think it has since moved. I don't think it completely shut down, but I think it's somewhere else now. And I would deliver newspapers for the Toronto Sun. Star is a different one. And I would take my newspaper money, come down to the Silver Snail, and buy robots. So I would spend my hard-earned newspaper boy money. I think it was right around here. That's where the Silver Snail was, if I'm not mistaken. So I earned $60 a month delivering newspapers on Sunday morning. My dad would help me out. We'd deliver those newspapers together, and I would take my money and buy a $100 robot. I don't know if that money was the best spent money in my life. But anyway, I still have those robots. Now, when my son was younger, we would play with them. So I guess it was pretty well spent money.
What else was the store for, like, bigger?
Some of the rubber plastic had dried out over the decades and was pretty brittle. Some of the pieces fell apart, but that was okay. Got to have fun with the robots one last time. Again, more construction. So up ahead on the left, and I will stop when we're right across the street, is Steve's Music Store. So as a teenage metalhead, I was going to be a rock star, like so many other people. And I got a 12-string acoustic guitar for one of my birthdays from my parents. Played one at Dead or Alive on that many times, of course by Bon Jovi. Got an Ibanez guitar from Steve's as well. Wasn't a great guitar, oh well. But there it is, Steve's Music Store, partially funded by yours truly. Just get out of the shadow, or get into the shadow a little bit. Steve's Music Store. Awesome place if you want to buy a guitar, bass, I don't know what else they sell, keyboards, drums. They probably have everything these days. I can't believe we used to take the streetcar to get here. This is not a long walk. Thought it was much longer. Maybe I have longer legs now than when I was a teenager. We're at the corner now of Queen and Spadina. Up above are all these streetcar wires that keep them powered. What's this? Construction? The subtitle of this should be Construction Sites of Toronto. some of the why I'm over here. I want to record some graffiti. This is not technically where I want to be, but I will get back to it. Let's just take a stroll down here. I'll walk down here and then come back. I'm not really in favor of people spraying stuff all over somebody's private property, but I figure it's kind of maybe fair game down here. It doesn't really hurt anyone. I think this stuff is incredible art. One of the reasons I have such an interest in my newfound hobby of cosplay, not that I'm dressing up, but recording cosplayers, is that it's incredible art. It's art that people wear. This is art that people sprayed on the walls. The fact that this art gets done with a spray paint can, I should get out of the way before I die. It's done with a spray paint can is pretty remarkable. I mean, look at the size of that. Some kind of purple jaguar, we'll call it. And then behind here, I mean, this is ridiculous how amazing that artwork is. Portrait of someone, that is ridiculous. Alright, so we'll head back down here, and I think I double back. We shall see. I'm looking for Graffiti Alley, and this is not it, but pretty interesting work in there nonetheless. And I'll probably make a best of graffiti video. Here we go, Augusta Avenue, that's where I want to turn, or Augusta Street, Augusta Lane, whatever it is. So all these kind of cool, eclectic clothing stores and different things along Queen Street make this an interesting place. Augusta Avenue, look at that.